pain for 5 days now, and I just want to know if I can work out.
What's going on, guys? So you're going to see a couple of my x-rays that I've put on the screen, and I am no expert, but I do have experience in interpreting x-rays and picking up on gross abnormalities or things that should not be there and that are abnormal. What you're going to see is that there's actually no acute bony deformities or abnormalities or fractures, which was my concern and why I sought medical attention. Now, I was told that I have a grade 1 capsular injury at the shoulder joint, which just means rust, ice compression, some argue Motrin and elevation. But that was my formal diagnosis. The physician was bomb. He was amazing. He took me through multiple movements that simulated bench press and some of my lifts that involved the shoulder joint. And we determined that taking some time off, which I have been doing, would be the best thing for managing this injury. Now, should this persist for another 2 weeks, then I'll need to go back for an MRI. There is so much muscle mass in that area, it must have protected the joint, because anybody else that got clocked that hard probably would have had a fracture of some sort, and I was most worried about my clavicles. So the difference between an x-ray and an MRI is really, an x-ray is going to show you details about the bone and if there's any fractures, and even you can see lungs and lung volumes, which is not my goal here. I'm not looking for a pneumonia. But MRI, especially of my shoulder, would show details about my bones, tendons, muscles, and vessels that you can't see on a x-ray. So that would be the need to follow up with an MRI if I'm not having an improvement with my pain and I can't return back to my normal function. So I specifically asked him, I said, well, I'll hold off on the upper body movements like bench press and shoulders and things like that, but can I back squat because I'm putting heavy weight on my back? And he said no, he would not recommend that, at least until my shoulder pain kind of lessened and was nearly gone. So what I did was I asked about front squats, and he said that that would be okay. Right now you're seeing me use a safety bar squat. So there's really not a lot of pressure on my shoulder. I'm able to kind of hold the bar away from my shoulder, and there's not much pressure on anywhere other than my upper back area. So that's why I've opted for safety bar squats. And I had no pain while doing this, so that was a good sign.
Sweaty.